darlings. So I received the following anonymous request, which says, "Hey, kind Thronduil, I have heard that you periodically travel to the Shire where hobbits live. Is this true? What do you do there? Are hobbits, like some rumors suggest, just tiny elves?" Well, it's true, I do occasionally travel to the Shire. It's very rare, however. I tend to stay mostly in Mirkwood, although, you know, a king has to do some diplomatic travels. Typically, it's sort of my own messengers that go to the Shire to deliver messages, but I have on occasion gone to visit Mr. Bilbo Baggins, of course, because he did a lot to sort of stop a war, which was completely justified, but sort of the third party that came in to join us was sort of a bit of a problem, but you all know that story, so I don't really need to get into all of that with you today. So it's true, I do occasionally go. As far as what I do there, mostly it's just to visit Mr. Baggins. You know, it's sort of a short trip. It's not something that's a long time when I go, and it's not very often that I get a chance. I think probably since his return to the Shire, I've been maybe twice at most. Mostly, you know, he's very hospitable. Hobbits are very good about that. And I suppose in that way they are sort of similar to elves, you know, they love music and good food. And they're very cultured, although it's a bit quaint, you know. I wouldn't say they're really tiny elves, but I do think that they're certainly, how shall I put this delicately, they're a little bit more sort of in tune with the cultures of others. They're a little more accommodating, shall we say, as far as sort of their own way of doing things, and of course that of others. And I just find it a little kinder reception than I get from other mortal races, we'll just say that much. So no, they're not really like little elves, but they're probably the closest culturally to elves of all the mortal races. So I hope that answers your question, darling, and thank you so much, and we will see you again in a few days. So ta-ta.